Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Meet Putin attack dog who fired first shot of Ukraine war and was jailed for disaster invasion. Now he's fronting peace talks. Vladimir Putin's attack dog, who fired the first shot of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, is leading his peace talks. Sergei Beseda, 70, is cleaning up his mess after the former KGB agent was imprisoned by his boss for bungling the hostile takeover. Known as the Baron, the once powerful spy was in charge of the FSB unit, telling the tyrant Ukraine was weak and would crumble when tanks rolled over the border. But Vlad's invasion has turned into 3 years of humiliation for the Russians at the hands of the valiant Ukrainians, instead of a quick 3-day war. Andrei Soldatov, a Russian investigative journalist, revealed that Beseda had been imprisoned in 2022 through his FSB sources. Bad intelligence for his master had sent Beseda to a jail used in Stalin-era purges for mass executions. Beseda was freed soon after and is now walking through the gilded halls of the Ritz-Carlton in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, at the ceasefire talks. He's attempting to salvage his reputation and help Vlad rebuild the Soviet Empire, a dream the Allies share. Soldatov told The Sun the spy being brought in from the cold was evidence of a chilling tactic used by Putin, humiliating his allies to keep them under control. Soldatov said, "For Putin, it is very, very important when dealing with an ambitious guy to have him insulted and humiliated to keep him loyal." Vlad notoriously embarrassed the head of his Foreign Intelligence Service in 2022 in front of cameras by making him fluster and telling him to speak directly. But Soldatov, a non-resident senior fellow with the Center for European Policy Analysis, said that humiliation had made Beseda the ideal person for Putin to lead Russian ceasefire talks. Beseda is extremely loyal to Vlad, an expert on America from his time in the FSB, and a villain in the eyes of Ukraine. The Colonel General is extremely experienced and has held the general rank for 25 years. He served inside the Kremlin and the Putin's administration in the early 2000s, making him a key ally. Soldatov said, "He's from this old guard of the FSB KGB people, and that is his reputation. But there is something else here, and I think the FSB chose him because they wanted to play quite a nasty game with the Ukrainians. Putin believes Ukraine's government is illegitimate, and Beseda is the manifestation of that belief in a person." The spy was at the side of Ukraine's former President Viktor Yanukovych during the Maidan bloodbath when cops shot at protesters. Soldatov said Vlad was effectively saying with his inclusion, "Look, we have always been interfering in your political situation because we do not treat you as a proper, independent country. See that guy? He's been doing that for his well for decades, and we still use him." Ukraine's military intelligence chief Kyrylo Budanov said of Beseda in 2023, "He is a very problematic person. He has done a lot of evil for Ukraine." Soldatov said that Beseda's importance in the talks shows how important spies are now for Russia's foreign policy. Hostage snatching of WSJ reporter Evan Gershkovich, for example, is now an important part of Russia's conduct with foreign countries. In a twist of fate, Beseda was sent to the notorious Lefortovo prison in Moscow, which was used during Joseph Stalin's Great Purge for mass executions and where Gershkovich was held. Officially, Beseda was arrested for the theft of funds allocated for subversive and intelligence work in Ukraine, as well as deliberately false information about the political situation in Ukraine. After his humiliation, Beseda could be brought back to working for Putin, as, in the Kremlin's version of events, the invasion had been a triumph. So, there was no reason to punish anyone, let alone the most powerful people in Russia's FSB and supporters of Putin. But Beseda was brought back to an undefined role, the assistant to the FSB director. Soldatov said, "You don't really have any powers or responsibilities. You just a guy who's extremely close to director and up to director to decide what you're gonna do next morning." Beseda could walk away from his involvement with politics But he has another motivation, Soldatov has revealed. The FSB general has a son, Alexander, working high inside Russian national security. The Russian delegation also includes Grigory Karasin, 75, a Russian senator and career diplomat. Beseda headed the 5th Service within the FSB, the secretive unit in charge of spying on ex-Soviet countries. The powerful force is Putin's baby, having been founded by Vlad when he was the head of the FSB in the late 1990s. Its job is to promote the Kremlin's interests in important countries and also oversee connections with foreign partners, including the US. He reportedly spent a lot of time abroad from Russia in his youth in Latin America, and as such speaks Spanish. As such, it was Beseda's job to organize the crushing of the color revolutions that sought to expel Moscow's influence through the 2000s and 2010s. His agents were caught in countries like Belarus, Moldova, and Abkhazia, a breakaway region in Georgia, the Center for European Policy Analysis says. Beseda himself was in Kiev during the bloodiest days of the Maidan Revolution, and Ukrainian authorities sought to arrest him for crimes against protesters.